pit lane because he's changed engine components on his car and will be starting from the back anyway. This guy was supposed to be starting P20 with the 50-place grid drop that he had amassed for taking new engine components in his Alpine this weekend, Pierre Gasly. He's had some moments, he's been in the gravel already, but for both of the Alpines, work to do and really nothing to lose if the weather comes in as we're expecting it to. Could these be the kind of teams that roll the dice and get things absolutely right? Esteban Ocon, of course, quite upset that the team got things absolutely wrong yesterday in qualifying. He made it through in time to have a final stab, but making it through into Q2, the team said, abort the lap. Not great. And as you've already heard, Bruno Famin has admitted as much that it was a team mistake. Esteban should have been able to have a bit of a push. Also making a bit of an error were Haas, because Kevin Magnussen went out when the track was at its wettest and they assumed it was going to stay wet. It didn't. It started to dry up, and as it dried up, everyone improved, and Kev found himself out in Q1. And because of that, his teammate is so much higher up the grid, has the upgrades on that car, but just couldn't really make it show during quali yesterday. Over there is Kev taking a little look at the notes and just getting himself into the right headspace before the Grand Prix begins. Right, let's start to move forward because Valtteri Bottas a little bit out of position today. He's been out qualified by his teammate, and again, just kind of getting caught out in the weather conditions yesterday, not really going exactly as he needed it to. And I think some pace possibly in there this weekend, but as always, it's going to be a bit of a struggle for Sauber. Alessandro, tough day, I know, yesterday for you guys, but a lovely quality job from Joe. What are you expecting from the weather, I guess, first and foremost today?
For the moment, forecasts say that the rain can arrive, but only after the first 30 to 40 minutes, maybe very light drops. So, of course, we think we start on dry. Will be nice to see if someone could start on medium and maybe change only from dry to wet weather tires if the rain will come. It's a gamble, we don't know. But today is quite interesting here in Silverstone. Changeable condition will dictate the race.
Lovely stuff. Good luck today, Alessandro Aluni Bravi. Right, then the car of Daniel Ricciardo. He was really, really disappointed with the strategy the team employed for him in qualifying yesterday. He was overtaking people, didn't get to prep his lap as much as he would have liked to have done, and ultimately fell out of qualifying with a car that he felt should have been much higher up. Same with Yuki Tsunoda, felt that there was top 10 pace in it, which he never really got to show. So disappointment for both of those V carbs here this weekend. Mr. Jeremy Clarkson, hello sir, can I do a very quick chat with you? How are the piglets?
Piglets, well, we got a new lot coming. What do we have, 12 2 days ago? Yes, a lot. And 2 died.
Oh no, not again.
We're getting used to it now.
Quick one, who's your tip for today?
If it rains, it'll be someone old. Lewis Hamilton or Fernando Alonso.
Thank you, Jeremy Clarkson. Right, let's keep moving to the front of the grid. Jeremy Clarkson, of course, loves his cars. Now a farmer. He's got beautiful farm just down the road from here at Silverstone. Up to Williams and Logan Sargent, who did a phenomenal job yesterday, making it up into Q2, starts today's Grand Prix in P12. He's feeling the confidence in that car. He's feeling the bite in that car, and I think one of his best qualifying performances of the season, maybe even of his Formula One career to date. A wonderful job from Logan Sargent there, who is fighting for his place in Formula One, but we are hearing maybe close to signing to go and race in IndyCar next year. Then Charles Leclerc, I was talking to him earlier today. He's kind of been on the back foot this weekend. They started him on the Spain upgrade this weekend with Carlos on the Imola version of the car. And when they realized that the Spain upgrade wasn't providing the performance, wasn't providing the real kind of predictability that he needed out there on track because of the bouncing at high speed, they've reverted him to the Imola spec as well. So he's only really had one practice session and then qualifying in very mixed conditions to get used to that spec of car, whereas Carlos has had that underneath him all the way through the weekend, hoping to make some positions up with a car that is far faster than that position would have you believe. Then Fernando Alonso, again a driver who should be higher up the grid, has good pace in this Aston Martin here today, was caught out with traffic during qualifying on his prep laps and just didn't get to put in the time that he and the team believe he could have done, because his teammate Lance Stroll starts 2 places ahead of him on the grid. Both Aston Martins hoping that they can put on a good performance at home at the end of a triple header, which has not suited them one iota. But they've suddenly found something here at home and hoping to be well in the points. Alex Albon loves this track. Again, talking to him earlier today, so excited for the British Grand Prix today. This the track where he really learned his racing craft as a youngster. And in this Williams, well up in the top 10, P9, wasn't sure if P8 was there for the taking for him, but knows he's got a car underneath him today, which can fight crucially for points in the Grand Prix. Then we've talked about Lance Stroll, great qualifying job from him to get that Aston into P8. Then it's Carlos Sainz here in the second Ferrari. He's had that Imola spec on the car all the way through the weekend. Are they in the mix with the top 3 teams? Possibly not. The team themselves, talking to them this morning, thinking they're probably about 4th quickest on merit. But of course, if the rain falls, it's no longer about merit. It's about gambling. It's about taking that chance, rolling the dice. Who pits when? Who pits for the Inters at the right moment? Where do you get on the crossover? Could all come undone, or it could all come good, as it has done for Nico Hülkenberg and Haas. A brilliant job from the team to put this mighty upgrade package on the car this weekend. And he has pulled out a brilliant job in qualifying, feeling confident going into the race, because he's right in the mix. And he's right in the mix against Oscar Piastri in the McLaren. Felt he couldn't possibly, should have done better yesterday against Max Verstappen in an ailing Red Bull. Verstappen, of course, who spun during qualifying, who went off down there at Copse and damaged the floor, and therefore finds himself down here in P4 on the grid. I've got to say, I thought Verstappen's lap yesterday was mighty when you consider how damaged that car was, what he was fighting with, what he was struggling with. To put that on the second row of the grid was an astonishing performance from Max Verstappen, showing once again what a difference the driver can do in a car that isn't at 100%, and he lines up on this second row once again against his friend, and now his race rival, potentially championship rival, Lando Norris. We saw them go wheel to wheel last time. Will they go wheel to wheel today? Will it be elbows out from the very start between these two drivers? Or will they keep their powder dry? Will they wait for the rain to arrive? I cannot wait to find out, because up here on the front row of the grid we have the 2 Mercedes. As we've been saying all the way through, it's 3 Brits in the top 3 positions on the grid. Lewis Hamilton loves changeable weather conditions. He loves this circuit. He's won here a staggering 8 times so far in his career, and with a 60% chance of rain. What chance Lewis Hamilton in front of these fans and on this track in those conditions could make it a 9th? Or can George Russell make it 2 Grand Prix victories on the bounce in 2024? Taking the win in Austria, Mercedes are back with a vengeance. Now though, it is time to pause, to change our attention to the front of the grid for the singing of the British national anthem by the fabulous Hannah Waddingham.